Hello, everyone. My name is TUSUFEN too. I'm currently an associate professor in Zhongyuan Christian University in Taiwan. I hereby present a teacher consultation project with a senior teacher. Let me introduce the background of current study. First, before I served at university, I worked as a counseling psychologist, mostly in school setting as a freelancer, and worked with children client, parents, and frequently with clients' teachers too. I have to be honest, teachers were the most difficult, significant others to work with because most of my student clients were difficult and even troublemakers in schools. Many of them did not get along with the teachers, and the teachers didn't like them too. It's easy for a teacher to say your client is impossible and I have a whole class to take care of. When you say that, that means they are giving up trying to help my student, and I don't like that. From my years experience, I know very well that teachers play significant roles in student happiness in schools, and schools' life impact longer than one can think of. How can I improve and help my client to survive, to adjust, and hopefully to be happy in school? I figure out that I have to help teachers. If I help them to become more capable of working with children like my client, then indirectly, my client and the students will get help as they need it. So I started a research project intended to find out the important element in teacher consultation. What makes teacher be willing to work with a psychologist? And the process of teacher consultation, and what works better for teachers to change their guidance strategies from punitive approach to more a positive and supportive approach. This is my research process. In this project, I recruit teachers and school counselors to participate in this project. They have to take 40 hours trainings in interpersonal theory, positive psychology, and the PBIS concept and skills, basically 5 days in straight. Then they need to participate 5 sections teacher consultations in 10 weeks duration. They also need to videotaping their teaching lesson once a week. In this poster, I present one specific teacher I work with, Lynn. Lynn was a female honored teacher who had 20 years experience in teaching Mandarin Chinese in middle schools and served as a homeroom teacher, which mentoring students. For those 20 years, she had a very success and a very proud teaching career. She had won several teaching awards, and her students always performed the best in schools. With all the glory, she challenged herself to be a homeroom teacher of a physical education class. It was an alternative education for students who wanted to pursue a career in sport, which means most students, they are Barton students and behave poorly in academic performance. That is why Lynn came to join our research project. She was very frustrated and frustrated deeply by the class because she feels so she cannot communicate well with them. Providing 5 sessions consultation to teacher Lin. We categorize the process into 4 steps. Actually, we encounter great resistance in the first day of consultation. Lin was unhappy that our team member pointed out her emotional problem in reacting to student problematic behavior. So we have to change the structure of consultation to individual consultation. At that time, I turned the focus back to her proud career and her excellent teaching skills showed in video tapes, with a lot of affirmation and validation. So she began to ease a little bit. In the next session, she come back. We are able to discuss her issue of losing control frequently in class. The shame issue brought up. Her emotional constellation was very typical: anger, sad, and shame. With empathetic understanding and affirmation, she revealed her shame in family, marriage, and submissive relationship with her partner. In the 3rd session, we turned to the consultation back to a student guidance issue. The basic problem was that she felt lost because for those students, physical sports training were more important than academic performance. And these PE students responded differently in the classroom. For example, A+ students often kept silence in class, which is a way they show their compliance to the teacher in Taiwan, while bottom students respond recklessly with questions in a classroom. The teacher felt intruded by student attitude of expressing themselves. As a psychologist, I find these students very genuine and honest. They just express what they have perceived at that moment. And actually, they have the motive to learn. They respond back to teacher's question. When I share my findings with the teacher was able to relax. And then in the next class video tape, I was able to see her relax more and have some meaningful dialogue with students when they raise the question rudely in class. So it is when she recognized the intention of student behavior in a positive ways, the teacher changed her behavior of working with students. And actually, these students loved her very much and respect her very much in their special ways. So a positive cycle was formed. Actually, after our project over, Lin has won another award for Best Guidance Teacher. Let me summarize key consultation skills in teacher consultation. I think it can briefly categorize into 2 parts. The first part is about how to provide positive support and giving feedback to the teacher. As we know, it's all about counseling skills, encourage teachers to narrative themselves, affirming and validation, see the courage to disclose themselves, and see the courage to seek help, and also see the teachers caring for students, and see their awareness, see their initiation of action to change, so on. And the second part is to help teacher to see and to gain understanding of Barton student behavior in this case. Because for the student behavior, the Barton student behavior is very different from A+ students. They have very different interpersonal pattern compared to the A student. Once the teacher realizes how the student behave, respond to them differently, then they feel they are in control and they could respond appropriately to the student. Then a positive cycle can be formed, and both teachers and students are beneficiaries through the consultation process. Thank you for your listening. Should you have any more questions, please write me through email. Thank you. Bye-bye.